We welcome you to the streets of Long Beach for this afternoon's race, early afternoon racing. It's a 12 noon start. It is foggy and it is rainy for now. Then it's going to get hazy, and then shall see some sun, and then it's going to rain at the end of the race. Let's meet this afternoon's starters. In row 1, we have Luke Clark and Nate Rao. Then we get to Rodrigo Patino Romo. And, of course, Cohen Moore. Then we get to Callan Sheff and Grant Irwin in row 3. Row 4, Ray the Magician Green, and Michaela Winstead. Row 5, we get to Heidi Miner and Riley Poindexter. Rounding out the field, we have Andre Schreiner, Aaliyah Dean, David Loudon, Austin Horner, Matthew Campton, Jordan Lomax, fastest in practice. Then we get to Jonathan Stevenson, Quavi Raider, Cole Flick, last week's winner. Then Jordan Spencer, Jerime Lomax, Maya Dimmick. Then it's Luke Dockery, Ken Pearson, Quentin Sheff, Case Bridge. Then we get to the 12 of Nolan Fernango. Then we get to the 83 of Abshar Khan. Then Isaac Stead, Braden Mills, and, of course, Boston Matthews. That is the lineup here in Long Beach. We are green on the streets of Long Beach. Already 4 to 5. Already they're getting wide here. 3 wide. You can barely see the cars as they go into turn 1. Patino Romo around the top takes the lead on lap 1. Clark is there. Look at Rao. It's side by side for second. Nate Rao will clear for second. Side by side pretty much throughout the field, but Rodrigo Patino Romo looking to own the streets of Long Beach. He leads on lap 1. Take him out of the fog. Here comes the 77. It is time. It is a good race, as you see back there in 6th. That's Michaela Winstead. She's usually good here on the road courses. Don't be shocked if she's up front later in this race. As we're near the front straightaway again. Come to lap number 2. There are mandatory pit stops. Pit stops will change everything. We're going to wets to slicks, and then maybe back to wets. And it's all Rodrigo Patino Romo here from Long Beach. He has the lead on lap 2. It looked like that he was able to stretch that lead out. Nobody is around him to battle him. The 47 leads. Here comes the 47 through the corners. Back onto the wide straightaway underneath the Verizon Bridge. As we are near the back straightaway. As they turn back onto Seaside Way for the second time this afternoon. Earlier this morning, they had practice and qualifying. Practice was in the rain. Qualifying was dry. Qualifying was dry, and they qualified on slick tires. So it's going to be interesting to see who is able to win now in the wets. Here comes a 47. Out of the final corner. Looks like that Patino Romo is going to continue to own Long Beach. He leads lap number 2. And he continues to be the fastest car on the track. Rao looking low. How about Nate Rao? Can he go back to back? He won this race last year. He's looking to win it this year. It's not shocking that we are seeing rain here in Long Beach. It's foggy and it's rainy. The track has been lost. Lap 3 is on the board. Here comes a 47. Here comes a 77. 77 is there. He tried to make the move, but he couldn't. Here we go. Lap 3 is on the board. Lap 3 on the board, and we are near the final corners. Once again, come to lap number 4. Patino Romo has the lead. We will see a short break right now. Let's see how long that's going to last. Patino Romo has the lead. Let's ride along with the 32. The 32 is Matthew Campton here on the streets of Long Beach. He sits in 15th. And we are riding along with him. We will be back after the break. Back live on lap 9, the fog is disappearing. You can see the cars a lot more clearly, and the rain is all but stopped now as they go around Seaside Way. And once the dry line forms, they will pit for dry tires. Who's gonna be the one? Who will be the people staying out to get even more laps and a chance to win here in Long Beach? This is where strategy gets formed. Strategy will happen, and it will be good. This is the part where that makes boring races great. Pit strategy. As we see Patino Romo leading, but it's like I said, pit strategy will take place. And it looks like that there's already a couple cars pitting. They might be the first ones to take some slick tires. If they don't, then they have to come back down pit road. Looks like it's just Abshar Khan that's coming down pit road. Let's see. He is still on slick tires. He just took fuel. He's still on wet tires because the track is still wet, but not everywhere is it wet. The dry line is going to form. There will be pit stops. Here comes a 47. Continuing to lead. Look at the 77 now going low. They're starting to get even more racing now as the rain has all but stopped here. They are still kicking up a bunch of water, but the sun, when the sun comes out and the track temperature is rising as well, that could help the track drying, and the normal temperature is rising. It's 73 degrees. Race start, it was 64 about 11 laps ago. We still have plenty of time, but we know there will still be even more rain coming in the area. Here comes a 47 now. He has the lead. It's Patino Romo who leads it. As the fog has pretty much all but cleared here, so has the rain. They continue to run laps on lap 11, and you can see there is some sort of a dry lane forming, although there's still a lot of wet track. Once their tires start to heat up, they're gonna have to go search for more water. You can see it very clearly. Dry lanes are forming. Look at this. A 41 gets a little bit wide here. Luke Clark is pitting from third. 30 laps in this race, and Luke Clark, the pole sitter, is on pit road. Anyone else come to pit road? A very sketchy pit road. Looks like that. No. Oh, I thought there was a wreck, but no, there was no wreck. Let's see here. What tires is he putting on? He's still on wet tires. The 47 continues to lead here. And great pit exit there by the 41. Still in front of the 83. Here comes the 77 now. 77 is still there. You can see dry line is forming. Let's ride along with the 77. He has a bumper cam, and we can see for sure if there is a dry line forming. You can see there is no rain on the radar. I mean, no, we're right along with the 47, not the 77. But yeah, you can see there's still you can see the track is still wet, but the line that the cars are going, you can look closely too. There are dry lines forming. Like right here, there is a dry line right there. The track is drying out. It is 76 degrees, 112 degrees track temp. The track right here has a longer dry line, and that is helping the track dry. Seeing all the dry line around the track, as it's a 1 second advantage for your leader. Patino Romo has the lead. It's a good lead. Here comes the 47, continuing to lead here. Out of the final corner, it's an 8/10 of a second lead for the 47 of Rodrigo Patino Romo. It's still a bit foggy. Is there a car coming down pit road? There is a car coming down pit road, and it is Matthew Campson. 2 cars coming down pit road. The 32 and the 19 are on pit road. People are making even more pit stops here. Let's see. Yeah, those are still rain tires. More fuel in for the 32. And the 19. Yeah, and are you kidding me? Oh, the 83 is going to pass both of them. Slow pit stop for both of them. As Patino Romo continues to lead here on lap 14. I think everybody will still pit. I think those drivers that came to pit road just now, I think they will still pit for slicks. As it's all Patino Romo and, of course, the 77. And we have a car on pit road. It's Audrey Schreiner now on pit road on lap 15 of 30. The sun is kind of coming out now, and the track is beginning to dry. You can see the lighter lines around the track. The track is drying out. You can see the 77 trying to get even more water on his tires to cool his tires down, but it's not going to work. 79 degrees, it's beginning to be hazy now. And how about this, 118 degree track temp, and that is way up than where we started off. And everybody is reporting on pit road that it has gotten hotter. You can see barely any more water is being kicked up. As we go into turn number 1 now. drivers pretty much every lap are making pit stops with 15 laps to go here from Long Beach. This race might be boring, but we are picking up some, but we are getting some pit strategy here. Now the question is, no, she is not on slicks. When will the drivers transition to slicks? And who's going to win here in Long Beach? Cohen Moore closing the gap now on your leader. Wet tires for Dockery and others. Not bad. How about Kellen Sheff in 27th here? None of the top three are pitting. So let's watch. It is getting lighter now, and that should help the track dry even more. Cars coming down pit road. The 82 and the 1. Two more cars are on pit road. More cars are pitting in Long Beach. Track is drying quick. You can see that they are now fighting for every little water left on the track. The track is pretty much dried. Now the question is, the drivers on pit road, are they getting slicks or wets? They're still all on slicks. I mean, all on wets. The other question is, when will the leaders pit? Track is pretty much dry now. Not that part is still wet. The 47 leads over the 77. Any more cars? Yes, there's one car peeling off, and that's the 50. And how about Ray Green following his teammate as well? Ray Green following his teammate. As we see this part of the track has gotten dried. The track has gotten lighter. Let's ride along with the 47, the bumper cam. Yeah, you can see how dry the track has become. There are still puddles everywhere, but there are more dry lines than before, than the start of the race. That should eat up the wet tires pretty quick. Everybody, as far as I know, are on wet tires. The 10 is closed back in on the leaders. The 47 does not slow down, neither does the 10. Coming out of pit road now is the 3 in last. Car on pit road, and that is Jordan Lomax. Sun is starting to shine here on a very hazy circuit. The 47 has the lead as we're near 10 laps to go, and they still have not made their pit stop. I think everybody's going to have to pit one more time to get slicks. Who knows? Can we see a Luke Clark victory here from Long Beach? The top three still running together. Look at Winstead now, closing the gap once again. I think pretty much everybody's going to pit here soon. Yeah, everybody's going to have to pit soon. And why I say that is because of mandatory pit stops and the track is drying. Track is completely dry on the front as they go down the front stretch. So you see the 9 right there. Isaac said they are all but running on. They are running wet tires on a dry track. Who's gonna be the first one to get some slicks? That's the question. You can see that they are trying their best right now to keep it going. Here comes a 47, continuing to lead the 10, looking to the inside. Looks like that the 41 is out in front of the 50. Then it's the 83, the 14, the 51, and others. Still wet tires for the 29. There we go. There's the leader. Patino Romo is on pit road. I think Dockery is back on pit road. Yeah, that's Dockery back on pit road. Is Dockery getting wet slicks? The 47 is going to slicks. Everybody is now, pretty much everybody is now going to slicks. The 27 got damage. Well, I don't know, but that is making everybody faster. Bridge in last. Still on slicks. There's a lot of drivers going to slicks. The 47 and the 46 made contact. A lot of slick tires are being put on. Patino Romo is going to have the lead by a big margin, I think. I'd say I think. I don't know. That changes everything. The 16 is on wets. They are transitioning now. We will be back after the break. Lap 23 is on the board. As we are still seeing some pit stops getting slicks now. But once the rain comes, are they going to come back down to get wet? So that's the question. Jonathan Stevenson is in 8th. Still a few seconds behind the leader. But Stevenson is in position now to win. Ray Green now is in position here. Maybe to take the lead this lap. Here we go. Ray Green comes to pit road. Here comes the 47 now. And the 77 is now coming out of pit road. Great pit stop by Nate Rowell. Michaela Winstead now behind the 10. Contact made between those two. And the 74 is up to second. 5 seconds back. Comes to 6 laps to go. Let's see who's in last. Dang. Terrible pit stop for the 32. Case Bridge is in last. Right now it is all Patino Romo, 5-second lead. Out on the final corner, we have 6 laps of racing left here from Long Beach. Patino Romo has led most of the race. He has been good. 6 laps to go here from Long Beach. And it's like I said, I love pit strategy. And Jonathan Stevenson is the reason why. He's in second. They are starting to close in on the leader, but not by much. But Stevenson is in second due to strategy. Here comes the 47 now. Into the front stretch. 5 laps to go. Five laps to go here from Long Beach. The question is, will it rain before the end of the race? And are they going to have to come to pit road for wets? If it rains, I don't think they're going to come to pit road like for wet tires, but somebody might gamble. As the lead is closing. but I think it's too little too late for Jonathan Stevenson. Another top 5 finish for Michaela Winstead ahead? I think so. She's been finishing the top 5 lately as well, as we're coming to 4 laps to go. Everybody's on slicks. As we go back to the leader now. On lap 27. There are no signs of rain right now, but rain is in the area. But no signs of drops yet on the track. Two-second advantage over Stevenson for Patino Romo. He won at Daytona. Now trying to get his second win of the year. He's looking to make this a championship year. Out of the final corner. We have 3 laps to go from Long Beach. Patino Romo has the win in his sights. And everybody knows how special this one would be. He has never been a multi-time winner in the league. He has never won multiple races in one season. That's probably gonna change today. And now he heads back to Seaside Way for the final 3 times. And now, here we go, folks. Hot Rod is his name. He had a hot rod today, and he is showing it very clearly right now. Patino Romo out of the final corner. We are about to see, here we go, 2 remaining in Long Beach. No rain is falling yet, still a 2-second lead for the leader. Here we go, folks. Started out in the rain. Are they going to finish it with the dry track? Or are they going to finish it in the wet? That's the question. We know that no one will pit. The second place is closing, but it is too little, too late. As we head back to Seaside Way for the final 2 times. He has ran perfect laps. And now he leads it. Out of the final few corners now. The flagman has a flag in his hand. The one flag he wanted to see is here. The white flag is in the air. One more time around Long Beach. Stevenson has closed in on your leader. Does Stevenson have anything for Patino Romo? That's the question. I don't think he does, but he is close. The lead has shortened. Look at the 74 now to the rear end of the leader. Patino Romo and Jonathan Stevenson. Final lap. 0.6 of a second lead now for the 47 over the 74. But how long is that going to last? That kind of closes a bit. Look at the 74 to Seaside Way. So a 0.5 of a second lead as we enter the final corners now in Long Beach. I think, yeah, it is pretty much over. It is over. Stevenson is not going to do anything. He's going to rule the streets of Long Beach. He's going to win the second race of his season. Patino Romo rules Long Beach. He can win in the dry. He can win in the wet. Hot Rod does it again. Second win of the year. Pulls off Stevenson and Nate Rao. That will do it, folks.